So Avalara is a on-demand cloud platform that allows compliance anywhere in the globe. And we've specialized in tax compliance, but we've expanded into other areas, e-invoicing, property tax, 1099s, and cross-border. So in general, we make your life easier so you don't have to think about the nuances of the compliance world. As I think about trends right now, AI is a hot trend. And so we've gone to about 30 or 40 booths talking to partners and consumers, all have AI in their booth. And what I think is really interesting is how does the AI help the retailer get the consumer to keep shopping with them? And so I think personalization is going to be the number one thing. We're seeing this with Starbucks, we're seeing this with Macy's, we're seeing this with a lot of our large retailers, Target, that they basically have created AI to help the consumer, but you've got to make sure it's relevant to the consumer. The challenges we're seeing is as you add more categories, especially with the launch of marketplaces. So some of our partners like Miracle and McFadden have enabled you to add a marketplace to your business. Well, if you are a clothing retailer and you're adding food, what are the challenges you're going to have in tax? So those are things you have to think about from not just a retail standpoint, but from the accounting standpoint and finance. So we always recommend, make sure when you're adding these marketplaces, talk to your finance team first so you don't get into this trouble later. Second, the things we're seeing is cross-border. This has been a trend for the last 10 years. How do you enable business to go faster, farther, and meet more customers? Well, the first thing I always say is, do you have demand coming to your website? If you don't have demand, let's not bring in cross-border today. Find the demand and then add cross-border. But if you're seeing a lot of traffic from foreign countries, let's add cross-border to that really fast. And then I think the most important part of cross-border and compliance is, how do you make sure you don't have cart abandonment? So we know when you have inconclusive pricing or vague pricing, you have a higher rate of abandonment. So our solution allows you to have a landed cost that will give you tax, VAT, duty, all bundled into that item, and the consumer knows he's going to pay for it from the time it ships until it lands. You don't want to have that bad experience of having a €100 bill when it gets to your door.